Hi guys and welcome to our channel. Today I'm here to ask this question. What do men value most in a relationship / marriage? Do they value peace of mind and cooperation over anything? Or is there something else that they value? From the little survey I carried out, I discovered that most men, from the people I've spoken to, would take peace of mind and cooperation over anything. Men don't really ask for too much. A man that knows that he can get peace of mind and a woman's cooperation, those two things are very key to be able to hold down a man. When I say peace of mind, what I mean is an environment. Like they always say that the woman sets the temperature of the home. If the woman wants the house to be on fire, she can do it. She controls that. If she wants the house to be cool and calm, she can control that. Peace of mind, when you see your husband or your man avoiding you, running away from your phone calls, not wanting to be around you, when he closes his job, maybe his work closes by 5, and the man wants to remain at work till 9, that he's working, he's busy, and it happens not once, not twice, but it's become a regular phenomenon where he sits at work till 11 p.m. Sometimes he's there with his friends or colleagues, they eat, they work together. Then know that he's avoiding you. You see, we men have a way of showing that we don't want to be in the same space with the woman that we're with. If a woman is nothing but trouble, we would rather sleep in the office. Most men would rather remain in the office. If for instance, your job closes by 5, most men, to avoid stress of going home and dealing with a nagging or a problematic woman, would rather remain in the office till 11 p.m., 12 midnight. Most men would rather do that because their peace of mind is being threatened. And then I'm sure most of you men will say, okay, peace of mind. How do you give a man peace of mind? It's simple. That is why peace of mind and cooperation there are two things that go in tandem. When you are cooperating with somebody, you are indirectly giving that person peace of mind. You are indirectly giving that person joy. The essence of being in a relationship or marriage is duty. It's not just I love you, I love you. It's a duty. You owe a duty to that person. The man owes a duty to you as a woman. You as a woman owes a duty to that man. So whatever concerns that man, that you know that even if it doesn't have to concern you directly, most African women of today are only doing things that want to benefit them in the marriage or relationship. And that is why the concept of relationships are just like, it's a bit flawed now, because we've lost our traditional foundation where it's a duty. It's a duty. Today it's all about love, love, love. A lot of us don't even know what love means. We just go there and spew love. Who told you love keeps a relationship? Who told you love keeps a marriage? Try asking somebody who has been married for 30 years and they will tell you that after the first year it wasn't love anymore, it was respect. They will tell you that love is duty and respect, because being a wife is work. It's not just, oh no, it is hard work. Hard work. You see a lot of women today, they want to marry, but they don't want to be wives. They want to have the benefits of being a wife bestowed upon them, but they don't want to perform the duties of a wife. How can you stay in marriage? How can you keep a man? It's just like a man marrying a woman and the man doesn't want to perform his responsibility, which is to provide and to protect. But he just walks around and saying, I'm a husband, I'm a husband. You're going to look at him like, what's wrong with this one? It's the same way. Being a wife is a duty. It's a duty. It's a responsibility. You cannot just want to have the goodies of being a wife bestowed upon you without carrying the responsibilities. It's just like the CEO of a big company saying, okay, I want the CEO title and I want all the benefits that come with being a CEO, but I don't want to perform any duties. You will get kicked out of that place very fast. So a lot of modern African women are like that. So much so that they do not understand what it takes to be in a marriage. They do not understand what it takes to keep a man. They do not understand what it takes to keep a home. it's all about love, 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 love. No, there's more to it than love. I have got to a point in my life where I see from experience and from the people I've spoken to, marriage is commitment, is duty, is work, is respect. And there are a lot of people that don't deserve marriage. There are a lot of people who marriage is not something that you go into expect. It's not a bonanza. It's not a bonanza, a relationship. These things are not bonanzas. They are not things you go into because you just want to enjoy the benefits. No, you have to go in there with the mindset of it's duty. I'm going in there to serve. I'm going in there to serve. I'm going in there to serve my man. And the man is the man already. You see, the thing that a lot of women fail to understand is that we men, when we go into those kind of relationships, traditionally our mindset has not changed. We've always known that going into marriage, going into relationship, committed relationship, I mean here, is service. We already know that. It's service. We have to provide, we have to protect. That is service. We already know that. So nobody needs to reiterate and tell us that. So we already know. But the dynamics has changed with women now, because a lot of women now are working as opposed to the traditional women who were stay-at-home moms who stayed home and then the man will go out and bring stuff in. But now a lot of the women work, they earn their own money. But because that dynamic has changed a bit, a lot of them have kind of deviated from their traditional core values, which is to serve. When I say serve, a lot of people might think, oh, I'm not serving nobody. But the man's duty has always been to serve you and the children. It hasn't changed. That's why nobody talks about it. If you tell a man that your duty is to serve your wife and your kids, is to protect and provide for them, the man is going to be, for sure, that's my duty. But you mention the word to a woman, tell an African woman that your duty is to serve your man, she's going to be like, I'm not a slave. Nobody asked you to be a slave. Nobody asked you to be a slave. And that's the reason why you're dropping babies left, right, and center by guys who are not worth anything. And tomorrow you come and you say they are no good men. Because no, they're good men, but you've forgotten your duty. You've forgotten the traditional duties of a woman. The traditional duties of a man has not changed. But the traditional duties of a woman, because of the dynamics of the fact that women back then didn't really used to work, they were just predominantly stay-at-home moms. But now women run Fortune 500 companies, they're directors. So now the dynamics has changed a bit. Where they believe that status is what is good enough to keep the home. No, it's not. And you even see men. I remember growing up, I think I must have mentioned this in the previous video, where I said it was unheard of for a typical African man to go into the kitchen for no reason. You're not supposed to go into the kitchen. But now a lot of us, because we've understood that we have to be helpers, and because these women are also working, a lot of us go into the kitchen. A lot of us can cook. A lot of us can cook. A lot of us do all those things. A lot of us have been, in quotes, domesticated because we want to be more of a helper to our women. And that is a dynamic that has changed, because men from the past were not domesticated. They were not meant to even do all those things. They were not meant to. But now that women are now making money, how have they been able to balance or bridge the gap from old to new? No, they just feel they don't have to. They just feel they could move with the trend and become a modern woman, while the men are the only ones who are trying to balance the trend between old and new. So back to the question, peace of mind for a man is imperative, is paramount, is number one. Peace of mind, cooperation, it is important. Don't let anybody fool you as a woman and tell you that because I give him this position, I shag him this way, I do him this way, I give him this style, he will stay. No, because he can get that from somebody else. He can. Sex is all over the place. You can literally sit in your living room now and have somebody come and have sex with you if you have the money, because that's what the world has turned into. Or you say, oh, all I do is just show up and be pretty. Are you kidding me? Show up and be pretty, and that's going to keep your man. It's crazy that the basic principles of keeping a home, keeping a man in the home, have been lost somewhere along the line. And until we go back to the basic principles and we try to find out where we deviated or where women deviated, there's always going to be a high rate of baby mamas. There's always going to be a high rate of women not being able to find suitors. There's always going to be a high rate because now men are waking up. Men are very awake. Men used to be asleep during the times of my fathers and our fathers and all. They used to be, they didn't understand what was happening. But now a lot of men are awake. I had a friend telling me the other day that, a male friend of mine, he was like, listen, I cook better than most women. Imagine, that's a guy saying, I cook better than most women. So any woman, so what he's saying in essence is that, so any woman that is coming into my space, this is a guy who earns a good amount of money. So any woman who is coming into my space has to show me what she's bringing to the table that I can't do for myself. Or a guy who makes so much money, the guy can afford to get a cook, he can afford to get a maid, he can afford to get everything. And then you come into the picture as a woman and you say, all you're bringing to the table is sex. Are you having a laugh? If that guy wanted to have the most beautiful women sleep with him every day of the week, he would do that because he has the funds, he has the resources. I just believe that along the line, you know, women have forgotten what their duty is, and it has caused a friction in the landscape whereby the key things of peace of mind for a man and cooperation have been thrown out the door and replaced with I work as well, I earn money, I do this, I do that. Yes, there are some men out there who don't pull their weight. I totally understand. That's the exception. But I'm talking about the African context. Men who go out there and know that their core duty is to provide, protect. What do you as a woman give to that man who knows his core traditional duties? We've seen cases where you see a woman who has had a child outside of wedlock is fortunate enough to get a man who has a head on his shoulders, has a job, has things he's doing. And that woman who has already trashed herself by becoming a baby mama still looks at herself as the queen. Instead of you to know how you would package yourself and serve that man, you're sitting down there deceiving yourself. We just need to understand the dynamics. And I believe peace of mind to a man and cooperation is very key to keeping your man. You want a situation whereby your man after work is running to come home. He's running to the house. Because that is where he has peace. He's running to the house because he knows that this is the place to be. Not after work he's looking for where he can go and stay. He's staying in his office because he feels he has so much work to do. Then you know he's avoiding you. Then you know that your relationship or your marriage is in trouble. We need to go back to basics. We are Africans. We are not from the West. We are Africans and we do things differently. Having said that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.